Here, every past life feels real.
You don't wake up because of an alarm. You wake up because something feels wrong. The room is the same. The ceiling is the same. The curtains hang the same way they did yesterday. But inside your head, there is a silence that wasn't there before. Not peace, not rest, something emptier, something that doesn't belong. You reach for your phone without thinking. Your fingers move on their own, like your body is still trying to follow the old script, trying to restore a version of reality that already slipped away. The screen lights up. Headlines, faces, words, urgency, fear, opinions stacked on top of each other. It's all familiar, and suddenly it isn't. You read one headline, then another, and a strange thought appears, quiet but undeniable. You don't believe it anymore. Not because you're smarter, not because you decided to resist, you just can't. The words pass through you. They don't stick. They don't trigger anything. It's like something inside you that used to react automatically has been turned off. The part that used to agree, argue, panic, engage. You sit there staring at the screen, and you realize something simple and terrifying at the same time. You used to live inside this stream. Now you're standing next to it, watching it flow without you. That's the first break. You try to explain it to yourself. You look for a reason, a trigger, a cause, but there's nothing you can grab onto. Just the feeling that something cracked, quietly, without noise, without warning, but completely. You go to the kitchen and turn on the kettle. The sound of water feels louder than it should. The light feels colder. The air feels sharper. Even your own breathing feels more present, more exposed. Everything is slightly more real than it used to be, like a thin layer has been peeled off the surface of things. You look out the window. People are walking. Cars are moving. Someone is carrying groceries. Someone is smoking. Someone is arguing into their phone. The world continues exactly the same, and yet you know it isn't. You try to go back. You play music, scroll through videos, read comments, look for something, anything that used to pull you in. But nothing works, because it wasn't just noise, it was structure, and it's gone. You go to work. People are talking, laughing, complaining, sharing news, repeating things they've heard somewhere else. You listen, then you notice something you can't unsee. They all sound the same. Same phrases, same tones, same conclusions. It's like the words are not theirs, like something is speaking through them, and they don't even realize it. You watch them more carefully, and the thought hits you, uncomfortable and sharp. They don't hear themselves, but you do. You try to join the conversation. You open your mouth, ready to say something real, something that actually belongs to you, but the words don't come out. Not because you have nothing to say, but because suddenly you're not sure the conversation itself is real. So you step back quietly, and that's when you understand. You're not inside anymore. You're outside. This is the first rider, the breaking of illusions. It's not loud, not dramatic, not heroic. It's quiet, but it doesn't reverse. Later, you step outside. The air is cold. Wind moves through the streets. People walk faster than usual, like everyone is late or trying to escape something invisible. You move slower, like you're seeing everything for the first time. The sounds get louder. Footsteps, doors closing, distant sirens, fragments of conversations drifting past you. You don't want to listen, but you hear everything. Again, they say it's getting worse. Did you see what's happening? And at some point, you realize it's already inside you. Your body tightens, your breathing shortens, your eyes start scanning the environment for danger, even when nothing is happening yet. You pull out your phone, check it, again and again. You don't even know what you're waiting for. Bad news, confirmation, a signal that something is about to break. You try to distract yourself, look at buildings, at the sky, at people passing by, but your mind keeps coming back. Scenarios, outcomes, loss, collapse, fear. Then it becomes clear. This is not information. This is a state, and it spreads through words, through faces, through silence, through pauses between sentences. You walk into a store. There's a line at the register. People stand close, but they are completely separate. No one is talking, but the silence is heavy. Someone stares at their phone. Someone looks at the floor.
Someone just stares forward, blank, and you feel it. They're all thinking about the same thing. No one says it, but everyone is afraid. Afraid to lose, afraid to fall behind, afraid to miss something important, afraid they don't understand what's happening while it's still possible to do something about it. You walk back outside, and for the first time you understand something clearly. If you don't stop this inside you, it will run you. This is the second rider, fear. It doesn't scream, it whispers, and the quieter it speaks, the deeper it gets. In the evening, you meet your friends, same place, same table, same voices. It used to feel easy here. Jokes, conversations, plans, laughter that didn't require effort. You sit down and listen. Someone talks about money. Someone talks about travel. Someone says everything will be fine, that people overthink things, that it's better to relax and not get caught up. You look at them and realize you're not there. You hear the words, but there's a distance now, a gap that didn't exist before. You try to explain what you feel, carefully, slowly, that something is off, that the world feels like it shifted, that you can't go back to seeing things the same way. They look at you confused, amused, dismissive. Someone smiles like you're overreacting. Someone changes the subject. Someone pretends not to hear. So you stop talking, because you understand something deeper. They're not listening, and maybe they can't. One of them tells you you're thinking too much. Another says everyone is just stressed. Someone suggests you need rest, less news, less thinking. You nod, but inside there's nothing left to agree with. Because this isn't stress, this is separation. You look at them one more time, and you see it clearly. You are no longer standing on the same line, not because someone is right or wrong, but because you are facing different directions. The conversation slows down. A pause appears, short but heavy. And in that pause, something final happens. You realize you've already lost them. Not physically, they're still here, but not where it matters. You leave early and say you're tired. Outside it's dark, the air is wet, streetlights blur slightly in the moisture. You walk alone. This is the third rider, separation. No explosion, no argument, just a quiet moment where you realize you're on your own, even in a crowd. Night comes. You sit in your room, lights off, phone next to you, but you don't pick it up. The silence presses at first, then deepens, then becomes something else. You are alone with yourself. No distractions, no background noise, no external voices. And for the first time in a long time, you start hearing your own. Your thoughts move slowly, heavily. You remember who you used to be, how you agreed, adapted, followed what was expected, tried to stay acceptable, understandable, safe. You remember the fear, the hesitation, the choices you made not because you wanted to, but because it was easier. You remember moments that didn't feel right, but you moved through them anyway. Then it hits you. That person doesn't exist anymore, not because they disappeared, but because you left them behind. That realization is terrifying, because what's ahead is unknown. You don't know who you are now. You don't know how to live from this place. You don't know what is right anymore. But you know one thing with absolute clarity. There is no going back. You stand up, walk to the mirror, look at yourself. For the first time, you're not trying to see the version of you that others expect. You look deeper. You don't look away. And something shifts. Not relief, not happiness, calm. The kind of calm that comes when you understand that the fight has already started and running is no longer an option. This is the fourth rider, transformation. Not beautiful, not inspiring, quiet, but final. And it doesn't end there. It actually begins. Days pass differently now. The world looks the same, but you keep noticing layers that were invisible before. You see how people cling to routine like it's the last solid thing they have. You see how fear turns into anger in some, into denial in others. You see forced laughter, overconfidence, empty certainty. You see people repeating things they don't understand just to feel grounded.
And you recognize something uncomfortable. Breaking illusions doesn't automatically make someone free. Sometimes it just makes them more desperate. Fear doesn't always look like panic. Sometimes it looks like control, like loud opinions, like needing to be right. Separation doesn't always look like conflict. Sometimes it's just the quiet realization that you no longer speak the same language, even when you use the same words. Transformation doesn't always look like light. Sometimes it looks like losing interest in everything that used to define you, like outgrowing your own life, like standing in the middle of it and realizing it no longer fits. You start noticing details, how people avoid silence, how they need constant input, constant validation, constant noise, how they look at others to decide what to feel, how uncomfortable they are when there's no script. Then you remember, you used to be the same. And instead of judgment, something else appears, clarity. You begin to understand that most people are not standing on truth. They're standing on habit, not on awareness, but on repetition. Somewhere in that realization, something else becomes clear. These riders don't pass once. They move through you in layers. One illusion breaks, then another. One fear dissolves, then a deeper one appears. You lose people, then parts of yourself, then the future you thought you had, and only after that does something real begin to show. One morning you step outside again. The sky is gray, the air is heavy, the world is moving. Everything is the same, but you're not. You see it now, the fear, the illusion, the separation, the change. You see people who are still inside it, and a few, very few, who have stepped out. You recognize them instantly, not by what they say, but by how they exist. In that moment, you understand something simple. There is no end of the world. There is a process, and everyone moves through it in their own way. Some stay where they are. Some go deeper. Some get lost. Some find something real. And it has nothing to do with what's happening outside. It has everything to do with what's happening inside. You stop, look around, take a breath, slow, deep, and for the first time, you're not waiting for confirmation, not checking for reactions, not searching for answers. You just stand there, and you understand. The choice is already made, not by what you said, not by what you decided, but by who you became when everything else fell apart. You start walking again, without rushing, and this time you don't look back, because you know there is no road behind you anymore.
This fate is behind you. Enter the next story.